Final race of the weekend for the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks here at Darwin's Hidden Valley Raceway. Sean Cermony alongside me. And again, the thrill, Bill Hines starting from pole position.
Bill off the line, so good all weekend long, as we see slowest in the front, fastest in the back as far as the way the weekend accumulated points have gone so far this weekend. Bill Hines back up on the pole, the most poles of anyone in Stadium Super Truck history. Next to him is Gartner. Moving on back, we've got Harlan and Hoffman. Then, of course, Matty Brabham, and we're on board right there with the number 7 Safecraft Safety Equipment truck of Robbie Gordon and Paul the Dude Morris as well. So we have seen 2 races so far, 3 qualifying sessions, very close lap times, very close racing for all these guys. So what do we expect in race number 3? Not too much carnage so far, so I think eventually it's going to happen. This is the last time out on the track, so I think we're going to see parts and pieces flying.
We saw parts break on the number 57 truck earlier today for Bill Hines. It was a broken axle, something we've very rarely seen in the Stadium Super Trucks over the years. He was fairly animated. He was, in fact, a little bit embarrassed, wasn't he, when we spoke to him afterwards, going, oh, I don't know if I should have done that, but he did do it. This is on the way out to the track just a few moments ago. This is on board with Robbie Gordon, and just a pure stunt show with these guys. It's all a bit of fun.
Robbie Gordon there, and right in front of him is the Villalobos driver of Matty Brabham, who's been working very hard on getting his 2-wheel on. As Race Control says, Jason Smith says, hey guys, 30 seconds out to go in green. So now we're down to 15 seconds. This is when it's time to rock and roll. The butterflies are out the window. It's time to go racing. Race number 3, Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks is about to drop the green flag, and we are off and running.
And Hines gets the jump nicely. Sean goes for a big breath of air, and Dontis goes side by side with Greg Gartner, the dude, Paul Morris on the outside of him. So let's see what Smiley's got for him. We saw Hines and he get together on Friday afternoon in race number 1 as we hit to turn 1, lap 1.
Hines hard on the brakes right there, keeping it under control as we hop on board, looking back at Paul, the dude Morris, in the Morris Finance truck right there. Morris having some trouble this weekend, but needs a win at the end of this race right here. He's already pushing forward to the front of the pack.
They changed the transmission in that truck yesterday. It was a long night for that team to get that truck repaired. He goes side by side with Dontis down into turn number 5. Trucks are going to go side by side, rows of 2. This is cool.
Dontis pushing Gartner around that. Not able to get around him now. Gartner out in front, a little bit of paint swap there. 3 wide is the Villalobos. To the inside, Robbie Gordon to the outside, and it looks like Gavin Harlan, he got the short of the stick on that deal as he sticks it back in one more time.
Dontis avoided the ramp on the other side out of turn number 6. So Gardner to the ramp. Morris does the same. Then we go back to Hoffman, Hines, and Brabham, who should get the job done down here at turn 10.
We see Dontis again really sideways off that Petters ramp. We've seen that all weekend long from him, though his approach off that into that ramp, sending him sideways right now. He is sandwiched in between Bill Hines and Gavin Harlan. In the back is number 7, Robbie Gordon, as we hop on board with a Milwaukee Tools driver right now of Dontis into the chicane and then over the Toyo Tires ramp on the front stretch. Huge hang time.
How cool is that shot as they fly through the warm air here at Hidden Valley today? So Gordon on the back of Harlan. We're on board with the multi-time champion. Is down the inside. Goes Paul Morris from a long way back and goes past Smiley in turn number 1.
Wow, what an impressive run for Morris right here. Lap number 1 from towards the back of the pack all the way up in the lead, and lap number 1. Oh, 3 wide in the grass. Gordon comes out of the grass. Hines to the inside, almost 4 wide right there. It is Hines. It is Gavin Harlan. And Dontis in the mix as well. 4 of them all on the same piece of real estate.
Hines is getting eaten alive here down to turn number 5. Look the way the truck twitches under brakes down there at turn 5. Dontis has to avoid the ramp once again. He should get past. No, he won't.
Dontis opting to go around that ramp, not gaining any time or a position. Big air there for all of them. Opted not to go off the ramp side by side with Hines going up and giving a little bit of room. Dontis steps back. Hines is now in the 7th position, but out in front, it's Paul the Dude Morris. Greg Gartner in the 410 RJ battery truck. He's pushing hard behind him. It's the Hoff. Hoff in P3 right now.
Harlan side by side there too with Robbie Gordon as Dontis at the tail of the field at the moment. Replay of turn number 1. We caught the tail end of this in the background, so Harlan back to his old off-track days. And this was awesome. 3 wide stuff. Bill Hines didn't want to look backwards for a second.
Absolutely not. Right there, that is Robbie Gordon, Safecraft Safety Equip number 7 right there. Getting through the chicane. Everybody getting through there smoothly, no problems. Hines, he is holding off Dantas. Dantas back and forth. Look at him. Oh, look at Dantas. Everything he can, grabbing a piece of everything in there. As we look back, we got 2 trucks in the grass. Harlan comes from the grass on the outside, cross the track to the grass on the inside. Wild ride for all of them. On board, Craig Dantas. Best seat in the house. This is worth the price of admission alone right there.
Dantas was getting held up significantly down there towards turn number 5. So the dude out in front. Hoffman second. And here comes Matty Brabham in the DeVilbiss number 83, pressuring the True Fuel 50-to-1 ratio truck of Phoenix, Arizona's Jeff Hoffman.
Hoffman, good race right there with the DeVilbiss driver of Matty Brabham. Brabham winning race number 2. 2 of them back and forth. Hoff has the speed to win the race here. He's shown that all weekend long. He's just been not getting the luck he needs, but he's got the speed, he's got the talent, he's got the ability to run up front. You see him in P2 right now. Now on board, looking back at Gavin Harlan, the Royal Purple number 55. Harlan with some big air and a bandage on the front end, that hood all polished up, giving a little extra personality.
Both he and Hoffman cleared the ramp we built over in Texas last week by an extra 20 foot. They're not afraid to keep their foot in the bucket when it clears the ramps.
Absolutely not. Now we're looking here. There's Paul Morris, our leader right now. His hood just dangling by a thread right there. He needs to keep that hood on for the rest of the race. Going down the front stretch. Harlan and Gordon, we saw this battle in race number 1. These guys back and forth early on in the race. Drafting is a key component to doing well here on this particular circuit. These trucks move a lot of air around. You got to tuck in behind up. Little bit of contact. Harlan into the back of Robbie Gordon. Then Harlan back up on 3 wheels. Good run so far, but they got a lot of room to make up here on our leaders.
Gordon running 5th. That's Harlan we're looking back at, coming up towards the competition caution here. First of 2 in this race, the final race of the Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks here this weekend at Darwin's Hidden Valley Raceway on what's been a very busy period. 3 weekends in succession. Started in Detroit 2 weeks ago, Texas last week, and here in the top end this weekend.
And then throw in the Baja 500 from Robbie Gordon. It has been a wild run here for RGM Motorsports here. But here we are. Look at Gardner. Gardner has had some good runs now. Struggled a little bit earlier in the week. Race number 2, he did well. Qualifying, not too bad. And now he's sitting in P4. So Greg Gardner saying, you know what, I've got some talent and ability myself, and I'm going to show you today right here in race 3. There is Gardner, Hoffman, Brabham. Look at that. All 3 of them, big hang time.
You can see Gardner smiling through that shot. His hand come off the wheel then too on the landing. Wow, South Aussie with the American and the Australian-born Indianapolis-based driver, Matty Brabham behind.
Look at that. That's a really cool shot. All 3 trucks in the air at the same time, coming down those King shocks, suspending these trucks and allowing them to land as softly as possible. But keep in mind, that is definitely a fairly violent ride inside one of these machines.
Absolutely. So the competition caution coming to an end. In the past, we'd do a full lap. These days, we get 3/4 of a lap around, stack the field up, compress them up, and we go into segment 2 with Paul Morris, race winner on Friday afternoon at Hidden Valley. He's got the Hoff, our rookie of the year so far in the Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks. Matt Brabham back in 3rd, Greg Gardner, Robbie Gordon in 5th, back to Harlan, Dantas, and Bill Hines.
The dude right there, not wasting any time. He is the one that sets the pace at the restart, and he was off and running on the Hoff real quick. Right now, the Hoff P2, that is Brabham. Robbie Gordon, he's moved up. Now, Gardner, he's the meat on the sandwich between Gordon and Harlan. All of them up on 3 wheels. That's called a torque wheelie right there. They're getting that 650 horsepower to the ground with those Toyo tires. Great shot right there. Morris out in front. He is hungry to run well today. He needs a win to stay up in the top 3 overall. Keep in mind, each time these guys are on the track, whether it's qualifying or racing, they are trying to accumulate as many points as they can this weekend to find out who is going to be the overall winner here at Hidden Valley. So still, the dude in the points chase for the weekend, he's out front. He needs a victory to stay up in the top 3.
He's given Hoffman a nickname, the accumulator, this weekend. Down to the ramp we go on board with Gordon. They plunge downhill here through turn 10. through the slalom course. Not much you can really do down here if you set yourself up nicely and do a cheeky little pass on the inside.
Look at Gordon wants to go to the inside, not able to make it happen. 3 different lines being used there by these 4 drivers. Up on 3 wheels again as they're on the loud pedal, getting into the chicane, back it down, single file, not a lot of room for passing right here. Coming back out, that is the key, getting through that chicane cleanly and launching off that Toyo Tires ramp. Brabham, he gets sideways in the air. Harlan, he jumps to the outside of the track. Couple different lines there. Our top 4 guys in the draft with one another. The other one's spread out a little.
So far, carnage free. There's still plenty of time on our side. Lap 6 of 11. Down the inside goes Harlan, protecting the line on Greg Gardner, the R&J Batteries entry, and Craig Dontis, who runs back in 7th. You can just see the hood starting to peel up on the number 67 truck, the Morris Finance entry of the Dude as he leads us down to turn number 5.
That hood just hanging on there by a couple of screws, popped up earlier on. Now, obviously had some early contact when he went towards the back of the pack to the front on lap number 1. Did it a little aggressively, and that is what you got to do when you're the Dude on the move. Now leading this race back on board with Craig Dontis. And there it is. Look at this great battle. The who's who in Stadium Super Trucks right there. It is the Dude, the Hawk, Brabham, and Robbie Gordon. Keep in mind there will be one more mandatory competition caution in this race. So about another 2 laps or so to go, and that comp caution will be out. Now we're on board. Check out the number 50-1. Jeff Hoffman there in the True Fuels black and yellow truck. Hoffman running really, really well. Putting in some good finishes all season long. He needs another podium. He hasn't been on the podium since the Clipsal race in Adelaide back early in the season, so the young man is hungry to get up on the box.
So Morris, not much of a margin here over Hoffman and Brabham. So Hoffman's best result coming in Adelaide in race number 3 of the year, where he finished in 3rd position. He finished 4th yesterday. He's finished 5th on Friday. What's he got for us here in race number 3? He's on the outside. He's going to try something pretty cool here.
Oh, and only something a brave young man would try to do is a pass on the outside of those kinds of speeds. Opens the door up for Brabham. Luckily, we're coming into a right-hander. That'll shut the door for Brabham. Jeff Hoffman says, hey, man, I'm willing to try whatever it takes to get by the Dude right here. At those speeds, trying to pass on the outside, that was would have been a very heroic move, to say the least, if he had made it stick.
And suddenly Robbie Gordon has latched on the Safecraft safety equipment number 7 on the back of Matty Brabham. Multiple race wins this year. Gordon, a 2-time champion and the series creator of the Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks as we head down to turn 7 on lap 7.
Now Gordon to the inside of Brabham. I would suspect that Gordon is going to race Brabham fairly clean here. There's a lot of respect between these 2 drivers and the way they run their race cars out on the track. So something pretty wild is going to have to happen in order for Gordon to really just push him out of the way, unless, of course, we come down to the white flag lap, and then you're going to see some paint swap.
Harlan has lost touch with this group and knows he's got the competition caution on his side, which will be at the end of this lap on the backside of the circuit. So Paul Morris rewarding the hard-working team, including Scott Jennings and the crew from Paul Morris Motorsport, who worked through the night to get this truck repaired. With the lead at the moment, it's less than a second as Matty Brabham engages in a hot battle. What a Jeff Hoffman. What
a great run for the Dude as he is pulling a bit of a gap. Brabham to the inside. No. Yeah. Oh boy, Jeff Hoffman tries to shut the door, bounces out a little bit. Not too much contact right there. Brabham moves into P2. Hoffman stays on the gas. He's not going to let it go. Keep in mind, comp caution is right around the corner. We're going to pack him back up. Good news for second back. Bad news for the Dude because he is slowly pulling a bit of a lead on the rest of the pack.
Hoffman just needs to chill a bit here. He knows there's only a couple of turns before we go yellow once again. And the final reset button will be hit here at Hidden Valley Raceway here today. With a chance to relax for a few weeks now in the Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks before a busy second half of the year.
There is Paul Morris, our current leader, the Dude. Needs a win here. He needs to be able to stay in the top 3 so that he can be in the top 3 overall for the weekend. There's the replay right there. Harlan, he throws it in sideways. Oh, and Dontis and Gardner get into it with one another. Gardner's had some bad luck in that turn this weekend. Ian Hines having some trouble there earlier as well.
South Aussie's not playing very fair.
Oh, and Dantas, that was rude, as he just gets right into Gardner. Gardner all on his own, minding his own business. And Dantas gets into him a little bit. Look at Harlan panned out there sideways, and Dantas every time off that lap. Oh, hang on, little buddy. Wow, look at that whole truck buckle. Those Toyo tires taking a pound, and the King shocks working as well as they can in those type of conditions. That's a wild landing right there.
There's been so much hype about the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks here in the top end. They're on the front page of the local paper here today, and a lot of fans that may have seen it on social media and at past events, the Virgin Australia Supercars Championship, are totally hooked for life as we get set for the final segment in the final race of the weekend and the 20th anniversary Crownbet Darwin Triple Crown for the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.
This is it, folks. The last, caution is out, so this is a drag race in the checker flag. Look at the draft. Robbie Gordon pulled right up in behind the Hoff there. Had the Hoff pull him along, big speed down in there. Not enough to get around Brabham. The dude out in front still looking good. We're gonna see that draft come into play. Robbie Gordon, we've been watching him, but we haven't been talking too much about him. He's been slowly, methodically making his way through the pack here. He is going to be a factor at the end of this race, I promise you that.
So the way Gordon just pushed Hoffman back up, saying, get in there, young fella, there's still plenty of time in this race.
Yep. He's like, come on with me. We're going to push up there. We're going to work together as a team, whether you like it or not. Right there, the inside. That is the Hoff on the inside of Brabham. Does he get him back? He does. Good, clean pass. Oh, it's a 2-for-1. Look at the Hoff hooked a chain to Gordon, said, all right, come on with me. Move on up through the front. Hoff goes a little wide, Gordon to the inside. Look at the race pace on Robbie Gordon. He's leaned forward. He's got that posture of attack mode because he's moving up through the pack.
He's got half a sweat up, not surprisingly too, as he's now up to second position, as we saw on Friday. Coming through to complete lap number 9. Oh, he's pinched it. And now Hoffman sniffs a chance of getting second place back.
Look at that great shot off the back of Robbie Gordon's truck. Now, Paul Morris, he's just kind of checking out. He's all on his own. He's running really well. Robbie Gordon is now moved into second place. Is there enough race left for Robbie Gordon to move up and catch the dude and get by the dude? That's going to be interesting right now. If he doesn't have a partner to help him draft on the front stretch, I don't think it's going to happen.
2 laps to go. Hoffman, latest of the late breakers, down into turn 1. He's pinched the left front brake. He's trying to go side by side. The Toyo tires chatter on the bitumen surface. He's now got Matty Brabham to contest with. So they go side by side down to turn 3 and 4.
Absolutely no follow the leader in this race right here, as they're taking 3 and 4 different lines through some of these turns here. Taking some big chances in race number 3, trying to pass on the outside, getting through some sketchy sections. The Hoff, he's not scared. He's a fearless young man in that True Fuel 50-to-1 truck, doing everything he can to get past Robbie Gordon.
Pushes him out of turn number 6. Probably the best drive of Hoffman's short career in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. Still a lap and a half to go, down through turn 7. They touch the top of the curve on the inside. One more ramp to go as Paul Morris disappears into the distance. Has Robbie got enough time here?
I don't know if he does. Paul Morris is on cruise control right now. He's out there on autopilot, checking out in the rest of the pack. So right now we got Gordon, some distance in between P2 and P3. Hoffman, he drops back one more spot behind the DeVilliers driver of Matty Brabham. So Brabham moves up into P3. So right now, the points race is going to be extremely interesting for this weekend here. The top couple guys cannot take advantage of any draft right here. So we're going to need to see a big mistake from our leaders to see a change here in the top 3.
White flag is waving. It's 1 lap to go here at Hidden Valley. Morris, 1.1 seconds back to Gordon. Hoffman down the inside of Brabham. This is for a top 3 position. The True Fuel entry gives Brabham the hurry up.
Hoffman, he'll try the inside, he'll go up through the middle if he needs to, but don't forget, right behind him, Gavin Harlan. He's waiting for a mistake. He's waiting for the Hoff and Brabs to get together, move each other out of the way, and he's gonna strike like the Cobra that he is. He's patient right now, so this is the last and final lap, but Harlan, he can make it happen. He's just waiting for that time.
Great description. Down to turn 6. Less than a second now. Brabham under absolute siege, and the 2 kids get together.
Oh, and the Cobra strikes, but he bit himself right there. Not much left you can do. He's on the last lap of the last race. He's got to make something happen here, and he went for it, and it just didn't work out in his favor. Kudos to Harlan for giving it a go.
Morris with Gordon throwing everything at him in the final couple of corners. Brabham overdriving the DeVilbiss number 83. As down to the final turn we go. Gordon tries on the exit. And down to the S's. Oh, for the final time comes Paul Morris. Should be about home and hose. We saw Harlan try the move before on Gordon as he gets him to hurry up. It's not over. This will be a great race. Who's going to get this? Harvard Crowley. Oh, give it to Morris.
Wow. Robbie Gordon landed on the back of Morris. Attaboy, Robbie. What a great race to the finish. We've seen those two guys having really good race in race 1 and now race 3. Morris, your winner of race number 3. Robbie Gordon, P2 in race 3. What a wild run, and I believe Matty Brabham's rounding out your top 3. Great racing for those guys. Wow, to see the dude from mid-pack go to the lead, and then see Robbie Gordon from all the way in the back row move all the way up like he did. Really wild stuff right there.
Here's the replay. He latched onto the back, gave him a bump, gave him a second bump, and came down and landed on the back for a split second anyway, pulled out, and that's what 1/10 of a second looks like at the finish. The second win of the weekend for the dude.
Wow, the dude having an absolutely amazing run right there. Well, Lance couldn't be any closer to him. Tries to draft, runs out of time, dives to the outside. Wild and crazy finish right there. That is Morris Finance, the number 67. Paul, the dude, Morris, no relation.
Back from Paul Morris is like a shark, or the cobra as you described it like. And just almost see the settings underneath the Safecraft safety equipment entry. And Robbie Gordon misses it by a truck length. It's not the closest finish still in Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks history, but still a cracking way to end this round of the championship. The dude picks up 2 wins out of 3 starts today.
Wow, great stuff there. Wild and crazy as normal for Stadium Super Trucks.
He's going the Kawiki lap, the famous NASCAR driver going backwards around the circuit right now to wrap up today's action here. The Morris Finance number 67 of Paul Morris. We'll take a look at your final results. Paul Morris by a 1/10 of a second from Robbie Gordon, Matt Brabham, Jeff Hoffman, Dontas, Harlan, Hines, and Greg Gartner, who retired late in the race. My thanks to Sean Sermony. We've got a big night heading back to Indianapolis. I will see you down at the airport later.